Chapter 10. We wandered back to join Celine and Mr. Freeman, who sat side by side on a boulder, apparently discussing some famous chess game. "A final question for you, Miss Bellamy," I said, as we waited for Sebastian and Thetis to catch up to us. "Where are your horses?" She wore a riding habit, and she'd mentioned the lack of a groom, but I saw no trusty steeds. "We always leave them up the trail, closer to the part of the wood that borders my papa's land. Horses do things that draw flies, and flies are exceedingly nasty. We also don't want our horses neighing at the approach of other riders and signalling our precise whereabouts. We enjoy swimming after sunset, but we aren't completely lost to modesty." Yes, they were, if they were swimming naked when Sevier or any other gentleman could come upon them. I had to admit, though, that tying the horses elsewhere was shrewd, not a precaution I would have thought to take. The young ladies curtsied their farewells to us a few moments later, and when I expected Mr. Freeman to undertake the inspection of the stream bank that had occasioned this excursion, he instead resumed his perch on the boulder. "The young ladies obliterated any possible trace of evidence on this side of the stream," he said, scowling at the undergrowth. "One wonders why, precisely, they had come looking for mushrooms in this location, this early in the day, on this specific occasion." "We ought not to underestimate them," I said. "They are hiding something." Freeman turned his frown on me. "What makes you say that?" "Morels went out of season weeks ago, sir. Then, too, Miss Bellamy claimed that they never brought their horses this close to the pool, but rather tied them nearer to Bellamy property. If Holly was found here, note the conditional, then her horse would have been tethered well out of sight. You did not report that the horse arrived back to her barn without a bridle or with her rein snapped off, such as can happen when a tied beast panics." Freeman's scowl had faded to puzzlement. "You think whoever harmed Holly turned her horse loose? Or Holly took a fall? That explanation makes much more sense than accusing Sevier of murder merely because he remonstrated with a young lady who was behaving scandalously on his property. Every parent in this shire doubtless disapproves of how Miss Faraday and her friends behave." Freeman smiled and